Hi guys, so I'm back. Okay, so we are going to talk about building a brand or are you building a brand or are you building a trend? And people go, huh, what does that mean? Okay, meaning the same marketing strategies you use now, are you able to use that 30 years from now? And if you market your business by flicking up on Instagram, taking selfies, or doing this, whatever marketing strategy you use is the same marketing strategy. Could you use that 30 years from now? So could you still be taking selfies when you're 65 years old? No. And a lot of people don't realize some of the greatest brands and names don't have a face attached to it. You don't know what they look like. Like, you don't know what Gucci look like. You don't know what Louis Vuitton look like. You don't know. The guy who owns the Red Bottoms don't post his face all over his shoe, or he doesn't do too much. Actually, he's going to sell regardless, whether he posts his face or what he look like. And I read a book on that, and I'm very careful on how I advertise myself. If you notice, I don't post a lot of pictures. I don't post shoes, clothes. I don't really care about that. I post my work. So that way, if people are going to love me for me, they're going to love me for what I do. And I stay consistent with it. I post hair, education, because I don't know. I just think that it makes more sense. And it's kind of weird, though, because people know my work more than they know what I look like. And that way, if anything fails, if it all fails, people are still going to love you for what you do. No matter how much negative shit these people could have said. Recently, I just went through something. People still love me for what I do, but I had to keep it. I had to keep it about hair, and I had to make sure that I stayed, very focused, and that I didn't get caught up with posting what I look like. And I'm not an ugly girl. I'm not fat. I got boobs, but I wanted to make sure that people love me for what I do, so that 60 years from now, whether I post my face or not, they would still support me. I post the same pictures from 3-4 years ago, and they still get a reaction. And that's just on how you brand yourself. So a brand lasts a long time. A trend goes in and out. So you don't want to get caught up being a trend. That's why when you see people doing trendy things, I don't have time for it. Like, just because this person wear these shoes, I'm going to wear these shoes. I might wear these shoes, but I'm not going to build my social life off it. I'm not going to focus on it, because what happens when those shoes get played out? Then there goes your brand. And a lot of people, if you ever notice, like some of the top models used to be like the Vixen models who used to be really bad back in the days, and then you don't see them. It could be the same way for hair. You don't want to be like hot, and then you're not hot no more. And so one of the things that kept me in this industry for so long, or so relevant, like making people have interest in me, is because I branded myself off my work. I really didn't focus on too much what I look like, and I really didn't care to make people like me for what I look like, what kind of weave I wear, I wanted them to like me for what I do. I spoke another thing, and this is another important thing. When I tell people, I ask people, are you paying social media, or is social media paying you? Now, if you spend all your money to look good on social media, you got to spend all your money to do the spontaneous things just to get a reaction, then at the moment you're paying Instagram or you're paying Facebook. But you can make social media pay you. How you do so is by posting your work. Every picture you post should only bring in money. It should never be like you shouldn't have to do too much to get a people reaction. And it's a very, very, very uncomfortable feeling, getting caught up in that social media stuff. Because then sometimes you feel like, oh man, this girl gets more likes than me, or this girl got more followers than me, or I gotta do this because I gotta outdo her. And you can't sleep at night because you're trying to compete with the next person. So be very, very careful, and be careful of the image that people post on social medias, because 9 out of 10, that person just stunned. Like, when you see people post their money, I always tell God, like, don't try to get me because you post your money. Because if you're posting your money and you're posting on Instagram, then that's all you got. So I want to see your bank account. And if you're posting it all on the internet, I mean, it's just petty to me. But sometimes people do that. Entertainers do that. Like, it's an image. We have an image to go by. I'm not going to post a picture with my eyelashes. I don't have any on, really. But I'm not going to post a picture when my eyebrows are crooked. My hair is nappy. I'm going to always post pictures when I look my best. So, mind you, these people are still regular people. They still go through things just like you. So, don't look at social media and be like, I gotta compete with this girl, and everything is so perfect, everything is going her way. You don't know you don't know what happens to them at night. You don't know how many bills they got that's left unpaid. You don't know what they go through in their relationships. And sometimes it's best to focus on yourself. So, creating your own lane would definitely help you. I don't do celebrities because I couldn't spend this time working with this particular celebrity or being on call for anybody because I had 3 daughters. So I had to figure out how I was going to create my own lane, how I was going to make it work if I didn't have Beyonce or this person sitting in my chair. So what I did was I had to bring myself spontaneously. So when I get this reaction, this is not a reaction because I'm doing a celebrity here or I have a celebrity name attached to me. This is a reaction because I branded myself and I made people love me for what I do. So whether I have a celebrity in my chair or not, people are still going to, like my stuff. And this is how you create your own lane. You can't focus on what everybody's doing. You just got to take that time out and create your own lane and do what works for you. And who would have known this would have worked out? And a lot of people can't say that they're famous for their work. They're famous. Sometimes a lot of celebrity stylists are famous because of association or because of who hair they did, or whatever the case may be. But 9 out of 10, just not a lot of people can say that they're famous for their work. So if you think that you have to do this celebrities to become this celebrity stylist, you don't. And I am a living witness of it. And another thing that I am bothered by is because the industry is so commercial, meaning you can't show your tattoos or you can't post this picture or you have to talk a certain way to get an approval, and makes people feel like they have to change who they are in order to become this person. I don't feel like I'm ever going to change. I'm not saying I'm hood, meaning I still would slap a hoe if I had to, and I still go to work the next day. But I'm not going to change who I am or change what I'm doing for an approval. I'm going to continue to be me and allow people to accept me for me. And then that way I'm not worried about what the next person think. I can sleep comfortably, post when I want to post, work when I want to work, do what I want to do, and I sign my own checks. Don't have to worry about nothing. Don't have to even, no offense to those who have to, even have to wait on a celebrity or somebody to get a reaction. Okay, so at this moment, focus on how you're going to brand yourself. Determine if you want to be a brand or a trend, and be careful and make sure you stay consistent with posting your work. Make sure if it all fails that people love you for what you do, and make sure that if you're going to model and you're going to make jewelry, but you have to kind of be flexible and post all different things, and you're going to have to stay consistent when you're posting these things. But you also got to determine what works best for you, and don't ever get discouraged because this person is working at it. This person is on another level than you, or this person got this going on, because what works for you works for you, and when it's your time, it's your time. And everybody works at different levels, and social media can confuse you and make you think that things are a lot easier because a lot of people don't show their work. They're not going to show what goes on behind their business. I only want to show that I work. I don't like to show the finer things because then honestly, in order to get those things, you have to work hard, and nothing comes easy. And if it comes easy, I don't want it. I don't want no part of it. I want to work for it because nothing is left unseen. So our next topic would be, I think we'll talk about staying consistent. So we're going to talk about staying consistent. And all these videos are just going to kind of prep you before we get into the marketing. But my next video is about staying consistent. So I'll see you later.